Alright, for this speed build, I decided to do a taiidan kudaark assault frigate from Homeworld, the original. I understand that some people are, well, I honestly, I'm getting a little tired of it as well. The theme right now, pretty much just a lot of Homeworld type stuff. The length is correct, but I'm not sure I got the proportions correct on the engine section. It seems a little bit long, but until I get a proper linear cannon and larger turret cannons, it's not going to look right. Right now, I have to stand in. I'm using missile turrets instead of like the 120mm mass drivers that were in the game. Backstory on this: the Kudaark class of assault frigates are the workhorses of the taiidan fleet. The Kudaark's 4 heavy turrets give excellent coverage, while dual forward-facing plasma bomb launchers give it the ability to devastate any capital ship in its path. Directly behind the massive engine housing is the only arc where the Kudaark is incapable of directing any firepower. This and the relatively slow tracking of the turret guns means that despite its heavy offensive punch and deep armor plating, the Kudaark should not be deployed without an escort of fighters or multi-gun corvettes. The Kudaark is named after a large burrower from the northern forests of taiidan. In addition to its immense claws and surly disposition, the creature also has an array of spines along its snout, which can expel in a painful barbed cloud. Since the array of heavy turrets on the taiidan assault frigate is arranged around the nose section, it made for a logical comparison, as approaching the creature or the frigate head-on is a definite tactical error that one only makes once. The forward weapon placement was intended to give the assault frigate maximum firepower when attempting to punch through enemy formations. The standard maneuver is for 3 Kudaarks to blast their way past an enemy fleet, then wheel around quickly to bring their heavy firepower to bear from the opposite quarter while keeping their vulnerable rear arc away from hostile guns. The assault frigate carries a double-sized crew and substantial quarters, allowing it to conduct long-range strike operations for weeks at a time while still remaining at full combat efficiency. That's the story. The build is still continuing in the background. I will see you when that is finished, and I'll give you a tour. Alright. The taiidan Kudaark class assault frigate. I forgot to record some of the interior work I did, and I just finished up the exterior. But I think for the most part I got it right. I mean, the length is correct according to the encyclopedia hiigara. It is 86 meters in length. That roughly equates to 43 blocks. And then I think the engine compartment's a little bit long, and because the engine compartment is a little bit long, everything else is a little short. But other than that, the only way I could have done this better was if I used the small blocks, and that wouldn't have happened because the engines don't scale well. So, in we go. So I got full gravity generator in here. It's lit, not well lit, mind you, but it's lit. There are 2 gunnery stations here with their own power supply and light. That's what they're going to be for. They're going to be for the front turrets as soon as I get some heavy artillery. Then there's also 2 spaces here and at the bottom for the plasma bomb launchers. Of course, we really don't have any linear cannons or anything like that, so that's not going to work. The main piloting station is here, again within its own armored shell. Not super armored, mind you, but with more polygons, I expect this stuff to have a little bit more health than the exterior blocks. It doesn't handle terribly well, but it doesn't handle terribly either. It could accelerate a little bit faster, but I think it's not that bad for something where the engines are not truly designed for something like this. I could knock out those 6 small engines at the top and put in 1 large engine. I believe while also increasing the power usage, it would also increase the overall thrust, or at least the backwards facing thrust. Side to side is, well, it's there. I wouldn't say it's the best. It's not really designed to be a strafing vessel. Reverse thrust, again, not super fantastic, but it can turn and go forward for the most part. Now, the guide says that there's supposed to be a lot of crew quarters area. You can fit 16 people in here. I thought I had fixed that. And of course, I'm using the old standby, oh fuck. What the hell? Something didn't mirror properly. Okay, yeah, but the problem here is that the crew quarters is very not armored. I'll give you an example. Space. Back here actually leads to a reactor where right next to the well, that's the engine room. We'll get back to that eventually. Close enough. And here is a small storage area where you keep food, some small munitions, stuff like that. The larger cargo base here and there would carry, supposedly carry ammo for the larger guns up front and the plasma bomb launchers as well, because, well, I don't think we're going to get plasma bomb launchers in this game. I think we're going to get something like just a large gun. Hopefully, I know this won't be enough room, but hopefully there's enough. The hole won't be big enough, but hopefully there's enough room around it for an actual good-sized gun. I mean, a 3x3 by however long gun should be able to fit in here relatively easily. And then you just change the holes up a little bit. The engine room back here, I tried to make it look nice. But there's engines pointing in every single direction. Gyroscopes, there's quite a few of them. And 2 gravity generators, one up there, one up back here. Both of them not very super well positioned for armor's sake, but most areas on the ship are either double or triple hulled, with the exception of the crew quarters and the cargo area down here. So there's a better way to lay this out, but the inside of the ships really were no one gave a royal rip about them in the Homeworld series, so no one really knows what they look like. No one's even sure. I'm sure the promotional items for the Homeworld 2 gives people enough of an idea of what a Kushan looks like, pretty much just humanoid. So everything works at least. But yeah, rate that shit, and if you want this ship, it should be up on the Steam Workshop page by the time this goes out. So this has been Demonocolips. I thank you for watching, and have a pleasant day.